The June the King documentary on ReviewTechUSA will be coming out Sunday. And yes, we will 110% be reacting and giving thoughts about it. Now, I wanted to talk about one topic because a lot of people are saying, oh, ReviewTechUSA wasn't contacted about this. Even JKB, who I guess is now okay after everything that was said and done with ReviewTechUSA. I guess he's taking a life is too short approach, which in my opinion is a little disappointing considering all the things that he did towards Jay and all the attacks that he did on other people to just kind of sweep it a little bit. But that's something beyond the point. Jay's his own man. If he wants to be cool with Rich, go ahead. Learn your lesson again. I'm out of it. But that doesn't mean I'm going to bend the knee and not talk about ReviewTechUSA anymore. So this June the King documentary is coming out, and you can see Jay said he looks good in the thumbnail. For the record, he hadn't talked to June or answered any questions for this video. And June the King says this is correct, and I did not reach out to Rich either. For this video, I've decided instead of mediating, I'd rather cover up what's public. Though I should add, I only covered the events up until mid-June of this year. So this is going to be all the events that you've seen publicly until mid-June. So everything, I guess, from, you know, him firing Jay to all the drama going on with him in the Kino Casino, and I guess even some stuff about DSP. I have no clue if I'm going to be in it at all. Either way, doesn't matter. That's besides the point. A lot of people are making a big deal about ReviewTechUSA not being contacted. Now, a while back, ReviewTechUSA actually went on stream and basically threatened to take down this video by June the King if there's any quote-unquote misinformation in this, including anything about the Dropbox allegations to allegations of, I guess, not paying Jay and all this other stuff. That if he sees anything that's remotely misinformation, he will strike it. In fact, here's a decent clip right here about him not being approached. There's a lot of stuff, but I think, you know, there's just been so much time between these streams that I'm not going to go and dig. I'm not going to go in A-log. You could look at all these accounts like John Riley and Darkside Flow, whatever, for clips about what ReviewTechUSA has said. So let's go ahead and watch this.
Debo, I have no idea. And I'm much easier to get a hold of than Phil, that's for shit sure. My fuck.
Oh, and don't forget, he keeps bringing up Darkside Phil for whatever reason. He even said that if June the King misrepresents him, he's going to strike him, that he's not like Phil with a fake family, right? I'm not thinking Darkside Phil's like the best scot-free individual that's never done anything wrong or pissed off anybody, but you're giving him strays to try to get you out of the hot seat because you've been called out on your bullshit for so long, Rich. So it was kind of out of pocket for you to try to mention DSP constantly because, you know, for you saying that people are obsessed about you, you sure are obsessed about DSP, and you always try to deflect off of him. And even then you're trying to deflect off of me, which is why you have me as your bottom banner in all your streams, because I hurt you. I got you good.
Like, it's real easy to get a hold of me. So that's the thing I find strange.
So he's saying that it's strange that June the King didn't reach out to him about this documentary to ask him anything, which we're going to talk about that because I have my thoughts on documentaries as a whole and whether you should contact the subject matter or any of the individuals involved. Look at that long pause. I literally did not pause the video, and it was that much dead air waiting for him to talk. I literally had to double check and see if the video was paused. It was literally that silent for that long.
See what happens. All I'm saying, like, again, I actually have kids. I actually have a family. There's no air quotes around that one.
So because he has a family, you can't say anything bad about him, guys. That's what he's basically hinting at. Whether it's fair criticism, whether it's misinformation, whether it's stuff out of context. By his definition, if somebody has a family, you're taking food out of their mouths. Keep in mind, this guy has made a career for years talking about people that have families. Think of all the people he's ever criticized, right? But when it happens to him, it's bad. That's why I go after his ass.
I mean, if there's like stupid misinformation in it, I don't care. I'm not going to like, I'll just be like, yo, that's inaccurate. It is what it is. Like, I'm not, that's where everyone's like, oh, you're threatening him. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? But
This is cope.
I do find it strange when I'm a pretty accessible guy that I'm not being accessed. So we shall see. We shall see what happens.
Newsflash, buddy. Nobody has to contact anybody if they're doing a documentary. And before I continue, I know there's going to be people, especially his little butt buddies and his little dents. Oh, well, you're misrepresenting and you're taking stuff out of context and yada, yada, yada. No, honestly, think about all the situation that started with Rich. It was back in February, right? So a lot of the stuff that he's taking hits from has been for months. It's already middle of August. He fired Jay like what, middle of February? And all that time, he's had countless live streams where people were asking him questions. He's had countless people making videos about him, calling into question allegations and speculating and asking questions. And each and every time that he was approached, whether it was a super chat, a donation, or anything in his live streams, Rich dodged all these questions, real questions, mind you, since February, from his viewers for months. So almost half a fucking year. He's been dodging questions about everything. And he's hiding behind this whole, oh, my family, my kids, constantly. And meanwhile, on top of that, he's attacking others. People are forgetting. They seem to think that the whole reason why I went after Rich was because he fired Jay. No, I made 2 original videos. One giving my thoughts on the Facebook screenshots where he called Jay a parasite. And then the second video was me saying, hey, I cleared it up. We're all cool. Jay's cool with Rich. I'm cool with Rich. We talked in the DMs. I'm done with this. Weeks later, Rich came out of nowhere attacking me, unhinged, online, making comments about me. He made that little, I guess, video games made me gay meme that he had, that soundbite. None of it pissed me off, but I had every right to clap back. People are thinking that I'm just mad because he fired Jay. No, I'm mad because ReviewTech's done a lot of fucked up shit since then. He's attacked several people. He's wished death on people. He's made fun of mental health. He's made fun of suicide victims. He's not in the clear just because him and JKB are suddenly tweeting back and forth at each other now, because I guess they're friends again. We'll see how long that lasts. Jay, again, he's his own grown man, but let's be real, he's just way too fucking nice. Way too nice. Yeah, life is short, but dude, you're literally letting the dog bite you in the hand again. This guy only wants you to be cool with him because the heat got too hot. The backlash got too hot. He literally lost another couple thousand subs this last fucking month or two. He's almost underneath 65,000 people because he says and does a lot of stupid things. Look at his dislike ratio. Look at his comments. He literally needed you, Jay, to be cool with him again so that it would stop the bleeding. He doesn't genuinely care about you. Look at all the stuff that he said. He wanted to ruin your life. He wanted to send concerned citizen emails to every gig that you have coming up. He had other questionable things towards you. He said a lot of hate and venomous things towards you. And suddenly, all of you are supposed to forgive him and all of your fan base too, which I'm not attacking them, but they literally had a Discord channel called Operation Takedown Review Tech. And now they suddenly just forget about it because you and him are cool again. Don't be blind. You guys do not be blind. It's going to bite you guys in the butt. He only needs you guys because the documentary is coming out and because to stop the bleeding. All right. And the idea that anybody thinks that ReviewTechUSA would be honest if Joon the King approached him about this documentary, that is fucking laughable. Again, he had since February to address questions, real questions that people were asking him, real questions, to be honest, to give the context, because all you ever hear him say is, that's out of context, that's out of context, but he never provides the evidence. He never provides the context. He never shows proper screenshots or evidence to back up how out of context it is. He says people twist narratives and all this crap. Newsflash, Rich, this documentary by Joon the King did not need your input at all because it's based on everything that's public. Just like all of my videos have been based on stuff that are public. Just like Kino Casino is making videos about you based on stuff that's public. Nobody has done any kind of falsification of behind the scenes stuff. It's all been based on stuff that we're seeing. Everybody has a right to give their own take based on what they could see. They don't have to approach you. And on top of that, guess what? All of this documentary is based on a public narrative that you created. You're the one that fired Jay and acted unhinged on social media. You're the one that gets stoned out of his fucking mind in live streams and says stupid things and attacks people and makes an ass out of himself on social media. Nobody else did any of that. Nobody did a victory lap live stream. This is all based on a narrative that was created by you that was going on for months. So you're upset because in August, you're getting called out for shit that you did back in February, and nobody approached you. Nobody has to. Especially because you weren't honest then, you wouldn't be honest now. So anyone expecting you to be upfront now, if Joon the King reached out to you, is absolutely foolish. You would be putting more false stuff on top of false narratives in this documentary because you want the documentary to show you in a favorable light. Nobody's falling for it.